Hello guys, Ancient Gameplays, I'm Fabio Pisco, and welcome to my channel. As for this video, well, we're gonna review the new Adrenalin 26.1.1 drivers, and as I say in all my videos, 26 is the year 2026, 1 is the month, in this case January, and the second one is the first revision of the same month, so the first revision of January. And by the way, if you're asking yourself, why does this guy looks like crap? It's because I also feel like crap. Because in case you haven't seen the previous video, I am a father now. I have a little child, in this case a little girl. So yeah, my wife is still at the hospital. I'm doing some work here, then I'm gonna go back there. And yeah, that's exactly why I look like shit and I feel like shit, but I still wanted to bring you guys the video. And while these drivers don't bring anything super really mega hyper relevant, let me just take off my glasses, they do bring some really interesting things. And we also have some changes to the layout. We also have the AI bundle that, even though doesn't seem that great, it is actually pretty decent, especially for people that do productivity a lot. And we also have lots of fixes, and we even have drivers for Vega and Polaris. Well, the list is here, but as usual, let's start with the release notes. Firstly, we have the highlights with new feature support with the optional install of AI bundle, and the AI bundle brings PyTorch with Windows native, so not Linux subsystem, just Windows native, which is great, comfy UI using Rock'em, Olama or Olama, whatever you call it, LM Studio, and Amuse that I tested before, and you can see on this video passing right now on the screen, which was already very nice, and now it is working even better. And all cards over the RX 7700 can use the AI bundle and these applications. So if you have an RX 7700 or better or newer, this will work. And again, I'm pretty sure that you guys are tired of hearing AI this, AI that, AI this, AI that, especially from Nvidia and AMD. But listen, this isn't really relevant for most people, but for people that focus on productivity, and especially people that use lots of LLMs, people that use lots of image generation to create assets and so on, this is really important, because with a touch of a button you can install these applications, lots of them. You can also select which one you want to install. You just go to the custom installation and you can select, in case you just want to install one of those applications, you can do it. It is really easy, and at the same time, for those people focusing on productivity, it is really easy because it installs everything automatically. And some of those features run, some of those softwares run with CPU only, some run with GPU using Rock'em, some run natively on Windows now, finally, like PyTorch, meaning that the PyTorch drivers, the beta ones, are now officially integrated in the new drivers. The gaming people are definitely tired of this BS, but it is still a good thing for productivity. And while we do have new product support, we have a very well-known sponsor. Today's video sponsor is GVG Mall, bringing you lots of software deals like Windows 10, Windows 11, Office 2019 or 2021 with a new Windows 11 design. And for all of these, you can use my SKG discount code for 30% off, getting a Windows 11 serial key for $22 and a Windows 10 one for only $15. Then use the key on your Windows settings and you'll have an activated system. So let's continue with new product support. We have new product support for the AMD Ryzen AI 9 AGX 475, the Ryzen AI 9 AGX 470, then the AI 9 465, 450, now AI 7, 445, 435, and 430. Then we have new game support with Star Sand Island that I never played, to be honest, and the new Avatar Frontiers of Pandora from the Ashes edition. And that's basically it for the new products and new game support. But we also have lots of fixed issues, to be honest, and some of these are great. The first fixed issue is some shadows may not render correctly while playing Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on Radeon RX 5000 series and RX 6000 series graphics products. This is a thing not only for the 5000 and 6000, I don't really know if it was only fixed for the 5000 and 6000, but it is also a thing for the 9000 and the 7000 series cards in terms of shadows. Hardware Unboxed actually tested that. In terms of performance, things were more or less the same, but the shadows were kind of not working properly, and it seems that with these drivers they fixed the issue, at least for the 5000 and 6000 series. So if you play Call of Duty Black Ops 7, leave a comment in the comment section and let me and us, the community, know if the shadows were fixed or not. Texture corruption may be observed when playing Enshrouded, while at first Elixir, I guess that's how it's pronounced, location on Radeon RX 7000 series and Radeon RX 9000 series graphics products. So for people playing Enshrouded, this is a very important fix. Then the next one is application may fail to launch while playing Diablo 4 with usernames containing non-English characters on the Radeon RX 7000 series and Radeon RX 9000 series graphics products, and this is a very specific issue and an odd one, to be honest. And then we have some lights may not render correctly while playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 during nighttime scenes on the Radeon RX 9000 series graphics products. And while I never experienced this, at least not that I noticed, some people did leave a comment in my comment section telling me that the drivers were indeed bugged with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 at nighttime. So for those people that were commenting on that, it seems to be fixed. So again, if it is fixed or not, leave a comment in the comment section. Application crashes when using Unreal Engine 5.6 editor, with Lumen hardware ray tracing enabled on the Radeon RX 5000, 6000, 7000 and 9000 series, so crashes are supposedly fixed now. Intermittent visual corruption may be observed while navigating Chromium and Electron apps on Radeon 5000 and 6000 series graphics products, another fixed issue. Slow Windows resizing may be observed relating to Vulkan acquired Next Image extension while developing games that use Vulkan API on the Radeon RX 7000 and 9000 series graphics products. Another fixed issue, great for developers. Player sprites may not render correctly while playing Cassette Beasts on the Radeon RX 7000 and 9000 series graphics products. And the final fixed issue, I told you that there were a lot. Artifact may appear when playing Baldur's Gate 3 with TAA enabled on the Radeon RX 5000 and 6000 series graphics products. And that's all for the fixed issues. Now remember what I told you before, that you guys were really complaining about AMD not really caring about RDNA 1 and RDNA 2. Well, it seems that to some extent they still do. Again, we still have drivers for Polaris and Vega. They don't release with every release for the normal RDNA cards, but from time to time we still have drivers for those cards. And as for the fixed issues, we have lots of fixed issues here related to RDNA 1 and RDNA 2, and RDNA 1 was released like in 2018 or the beginning of 2019, something like that. So they are still working on those cards, which is great if you ask me. But well, let's now go to the known issues as well, because they exist. The first known issue is intermittent application crash or driver timeout may be observed while loading a save game in Cyberpunk 2077 with path tracing enabled, blah blah blah. This is an issue that has been occurring for quite a long time and way more than it should ever happen. Firstly, with the last driver update, well, actually not driver update, but with the last game patch, the performance with AMD cards was considerably decreased, especially in terms of frame times, meaning that the gameplay is way less smooth than it was before the game patch. So what I tested was that with cards like the RX 6950 XT, with the newest drivers, the game would be stuttery, but when I went back to like 23.9.1 drivers, which are drivers that have more than 2 years, even with the latest game patch, the game was running smoothly. So something is going on and AMD needs to fix it, especially if they want to release Radiant's caching on Cyberpunk 2077. I don't even know if that's going to happen, but it is what it is. But yeah, just an annoying issue. The second one is intermittent application crash or driver timeout may be observed while playing Battlefield 6 on the Ryzen AI AGX 370. AMD is actively working on a resolution, blah blah blah. Yeah. Another thing that's quite annoying, I played a bit because I'm testing mini computers and the laptop chips and so on, and I played a bit with Battlefield 6 and I did not have any crash. But again, I just played a bit. Maybe if I played a bit more, like let's say half an hour, 1 hour or something, maybe it would crash. I don't really know, but in my case scenario, it didn't. Then we have another known issue with intermittent application crash or driver timeout may be observed while playing Roblox Player, Cars on Racing and Drifting, when task switching between media on the Radeon RX 7000 series products. And yeah, this is an issue that has been occurring for quite a long time as well. And the last known issue is texture flickering or corruption may appear while playing Battlefield 6 with AMD Record and Stream on some AMD graphics products. Something that never happened to me, to be honest, but again, it is a thing that might happen to some, might not happen to others. Yeah, it's kind of a luck of the draw, I would say, but still quite interesting. But well, let's now move to the things that I found about these drivers, things that aren't in the release notes, and I have some pros on here. So we have a new layout thing that I noticed immediately, which is now darker, and the difference is very small. Instead of having that grayish tone, you now have a darker tone, which to me actually works well with the AMD software, since we're talking about the color red, so red and black actually combines a lot. And at the same time, I felt that the software itself is just, that the interface itself is just snappier. I mean, this may be placebo effect or something, but it really just feels snappier, especially when I go to the Games tab. Before it kind of took like 1 or 1.5 seconds in order to load all the games, and now it is much faster. I just go to the Games tab, I click on it, it opens like half a second, it is much faster, and the overall software feels smoother and snappier. So I believe that something changed here, and it changed for the better. Then we have also a new layout for the AMD installer, because we now have the AI bundle installer, so the layout is actually better, if you ask me, considerably better in terms of usability, and in terms of user interface it just looks better. And if you go to the AI bundle installer, you can select the applications individually, the ones that you want to install or not, and it is really easy to use. You just press the application that you want to install and it installs it. As easy as it can be. Then we have lots of fixed issues as well. We have the Vega and Polaris drivers, as I told you before, no release notes, but they're here. So if you have an older card, you can actually use the newest AMD drivers officially. And one thing that I noticed is that every time that I tested Avatar Frontiers of Pandora in the benchmark, the shader cache or the loading of the new scene seems to be faster with the newer drivers. With the 26.1.1, all the scenes in the game, they just loaded faster. Not hugely faster, but they were indeed loading faster. And I also noticed that the gameplay overall was actually smoother, so I believe something changed in the shader cache thing, and maybe that's why they released the drivers for Polaris and Vega as well, because of the shader cache stutterings. I don't really know, but it seems to me, again, I didn't have much time to test it because, again, my child was born and I am more concerned now about the child. But yeah, I believe that something changed here. As for the AI bundle, it includes PyTorch, Comfy UI like I told you, Olama, and now people are calling me. Just give me a second.
A few moments later.
Overall, I believe that these drivers are pretty solid. They don't really bring anything new. I was expecting much more, to be honest. I don't really know what AMD is thinking. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't really know what's going on. But I know now that the drivers team has been really occupied, and most likely they were working on this, the AI bundle and everything else related to this. But I still want to see FSR4 for the RX 7000 series. They all said, well, FSR4 will in time be open or some crap. I don't really want that. I just want it to work with at least the RX 7000 series. We know it can work. We want it officially, even if it is just a beta in the software options. We want it and we deserve it as customers, at least for the RX 7000 series, of course. And we want FSR4 for Vulkan. It is a must. I want to play Indiana Jones, and many people want to play games in Vulkan. Indie games, they want to use FSR, and they can't use FSR4 because it isn't officially supported in Vulkan. This needs to come ASAP. And I was expecting other things like AFMF3, because we know AFMF3 will come. Now, when? We don't really know. They added 1 or 2 features to AFMF 2.1, but we really need something new. AMD needs to stop sleeping and bring us something new, something interesting like Nvidia did. And yeah, me talking well about Nvidia. I'm pretty sure that you guys will call me Nvidia chill, even if I'm doing an AMD drivers review. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these drivers. I, again, think that the 26.1.1 drivers are very, very solid, and I really want to know your opinion. So let me know in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Cheers.